Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Laura. Over here, I share with you my Loc journey. In addition to that, as of very recently, I will also be sharing with you my journey as a very new business owner. The Faida Naturals line is launching in less than a week. I am so excited, but at the same time, I'm extremely nervous because I haven't done anything like this. A few weeks ago, I came to you and I talked about how I was experiencing postpartum shedding and I didn't know what to do. And I've been using the aloe and avocado oil on my edges, and I want to show you that my hair is growing back. Now, I'm not here trying to sell you a miracle growth oil because that's not what it's about. It's been in also in addition to a healthy hair care regimen, whether it's covering my hair at night, whether it's making sure my hair is moisturized, other things that I'm doing, but it hasn't been like a all hope is lost situation. And I feel really good about just the products and their ability to work and just the ingredients that are included in the product. So check us out. In today's video, I'm going to talk about affirmations. And in all honesty, this is the reason why I started this channel to begin with. It wasn't just about hair. It was about building confidence and the whole identity piece that hair is connected to. This video is going to be great for the person who's going through the, we're going to call it quote unquote, ugly phase of your Loc journey. Or if you feel like you just don't know what to do, you feel stuck with your natural hair journey, this video doesn't only apply to locks, but also applies to loose natural hair. I feel like I have to give an explanation before I even get to this. So how I landed on this whole idea of hair, filming videos and just talking about hair. I remember my mom asking me, how many videos are you going to record about hair? But the main thing was I wanted to document my Loc journey. I wanted to show the different things that I'm experiencing. I wanted to share an experience with others that might be going through the same thing. Why was this important to me? Because growing up, and for a lot of us, when we are raised with textured hair or even natural hair, however you want to refer to it, we haven't been raised and taught how to care for our hair. We've had negative thoughts about it. For some of us, we're just clueless, myself included, when it comes to certain things. So I wanted to go on this journey of learning and empowering myself to take care of my hair, being confident in it and not having so much pressure when it comes to a point where I feel like I don't know what to do. This was a space to show that it's okay. Like the journey isn't linear, as I've said many times. And if you watched when I failed at dyeing my hair, I want to be transparent about the things that are working, the things that are not working. It's all about empowerment, just being positive, and then building our confidence as women of color, because we know that we haven't always gotten spaces to do that. And we don't even have language for a lot of the things that we might be feeling or experiencing. You're watching this video because you're interested in affirmations, but this video is not just about affirmations. This video is also about addressing the mindset that you might have about your hair that is limiting your lived experience or limiting your ability to enjoy having natural hair. We know natural hair is its own thing. We know natural hair comes with its own challenges, but the good outweighs the bad in the end. And I found throughout my journey, these things have been helpful. I hear a lot of questions about how do I survive the ugly phase? How do I get over the ugly phase? What do I do with my hair in the ugly phase? This is if you're locked. If you're not locked, it would be, I remember when I big chopped my hair, how do I get through this in-between phase where my hair is not entirely short, but it's also not long enough to do different things with it. So these things are going to address the mindset that you need to have in order to get through your Loc journey or your natural hair journey. I highly recommend that you write these down and you put them in a place where you're going to be able to see them daily. Take note of them, because the more you see certain messages, the more you start to believe them and the more they become a reality for you. If we are to think about the images that we see, whether it's in media, whether it's just around us, the things that are told to us about what natural hair is, even though there's a movement, we know that there's a movement. We know that everybody's hype about natural hair now, but also within that movement, texturism exists. What is texturism? When there are hair types that are seen as better than other hair types. So the coarser, thicker, what people are typing as 4C are less desirable than having curls in your hair. So this whole idea is addressing those particular beliefs, those particular mindsets, and empowering you to have a different perspective, or at least accepting or gaining a more positive outlook on what it's like to have natural hair and the experience of having natural hair. So the first one that I want to talk about is my hair is growing and healthy. I'm just going to briefly describe why it's important to say these things. So number one, a lot of us don't believe that our hair can grow. Before I got locks, I didn't think that my hair would get to the length that it is right now. I actually didn't think my hair had the ability to get past chin length at that point. I think a lot of us hold this belief, but they say, oh, because you're locked, the hair entangles with each other and you're not losing hair. Yes, that's part of it, but proper hair care also contributes to your hair's ability to grow. Actually, it's not so much about your hair growing, it's about length retention, which means that you're not losing strands of hair because of damaged hair, because of chemicals that you're putting in your hair, or hair just being dry, brittle, and breaking off. So I found that I've actually put more time into taking care of my hair now that I have locks, because I've had to do it. When I was loosely natural, I would get away with just leaving my hair in a bun or a ponytail, which led to neglect. So an affirmation is, my hair is growing and healthy. You have to believe that that is what your hair is right now. Even if it's not in the state that you'd like to see it in, that is something that you have to remind yourself that day by day your hair is getting better. And that will also help your perspective and how you view your hair. The next affirmation is, I am capable of caring for my hair. This one is huge because, as I've mentioned before, many of us have had someone caring for our hair or taking care of our hair. Either we were going to the salon or somebody else was doing something for us. And we developed this mindset that our hair is only going to be good when somebody else does it for us. But if we think about other ethnicities, there are people who've never been to the hair salon, who it doesn't even cross their mind. If they go, it's probably on a special occasion. But for some of us, we go because we feel like we have to. Now, it's not bad to get regular maintenance on your hair. I'm not bashing professionals who do hair because there's a need for it. It's definitely but I think there's a difference between being highly dependent on someone else to do your hair versus doing it because it's a service that you enjoy, but also you know that you know how to take care of your hair. I am capable of caring for my hair. This will help you also try things. A lot of times people don't try different things because why? I'm going to mess up my hair. You also hear people say, don't do this, you're going to damage your hair. Is there a possibility that you could damage your hair? Absolutely. But also you learn through that. I am a living example of this. When I dyed my hair and it came out wrong, my hair experienced different things after that, but my hair is fine. I've learned what not to do and what to do. And I've learned the decisions to make and the decisions not to make. And that's part of the process. The next one is, I will not accept any negative comments about my hair. This one is not just about the blatantly negative things that people say about your hair, but also jokes that people make about your hair. Whether it's about your hair being nappy, your hair being hard to take care of, or your hair looking terrible. I feel like as women of color, I haven't seen other communities who joke about their hair as much as we do. If referring to our hair as looking like a rat's nest or whatever people say, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do it to ourselves, and we're not going to allow other people to do it to us, no matter how close you are with the person, because the main thing we're talking about is challenging those mindsets, because when they become so strongly embedded in your mind, then it shows in how you view yourself. The next one is, my hair texture is beautiful and manageable. This one is for my 4C girls, ladies, however you want to refer to yourself, or 4B even, because we know when people say natural hair, they don't always mean natural hair. They mean the loose natural hair. And if you're watching this video and you're locked, you know that even within the lock community, there are the desirable locks that people like with the looser wave patterns where the ends are curly. Those are the desired locks versus the more coarse, even with the size of lock. For free-formed locks, people usually shy away from them and don't like them. People like the really tiny ones, the ones that appear clean and more professional. So you want to remind yourself that your hair is beautiful and it's manageable in any state that it's in. You have to accept the beauty that your hair has instead of allowing society's standards to tell you what beauty looks like. My hair is not a burden or a lot of work. I want us to think about how we view our hair and taking care of our hair. Is it a chore or burden that you have to do, or something that you are like, oh my goodness, I have to take care of this? Or do you look forward to it? Is it part of your self-care routine like you would have any other routine? I mentioned before, again, when you paint your nails, it's not like, oh, I have to paint my nails. It's, oh my goodness, I get to paint my nails. So think about how you view taking care of your hair. If you have to wash it, I've noticed that in my loc journey, when I started viewing things as an experience that I get to engage in versus a burden, it really changed the game for me, amongst other things. It made me more excited to do different things with my hair, it made me more excited to learn about what my hair needed versus before when I was kind of like, oh, I'm just going to put that off till whenever because I don't want to deal with it. I think this will really help. Again, these tips are not going to ensure that overnight you're going to get all this growth. These tips are meant to change your mindset, which will impact little different behaviors that you engage in, which in turn will lead to a better hair regimen, which will lead to growth. I will reach my desired length goal. So I'm talking to you right now. What is your desired length goal? As obnoxious as it might seem, is it waist length? Is it shoulder length? Where do you want your hair to go? You have to believe that your hair is going to get there. If you keep thinking my hair will never get that, that mindset is going to impact your behavior, which is going to impact the ability for your hair to get to where it needs to get to. So if you know you want waist length hair, and you know that you can achieve that waist length hair, or let's say you start to believe that you can, it's going to show in the different things that you do. Maybe you're spending more time with moisturizing your hair. Maybe you're spending more time researching what leads to hair breakage. Maybe you're spending more time looking at hair care, making sure that you're doing the best you can to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve or the length that you want to achieve. My hair is beautiful in every state. This is for those who are in the quote unquote ugly stage. And I say quote unquote because there's nothing ugly about our hair. There's beauty in that phase. Once you come out of the ugly phase, and for those of us who are past that stage, and I do want to apologize for even referring to it as an ugly phase because there's nothing ugly about it. But when you're in that phase where your hair is trying to lock and your hair is trying to figure out what it's doing, it feels like forever. But once you come out of it, you realize that it really wasn't long at all. And it's just a part of the process. And if anybody who is past that stage has tips, I want to know, what did you do to get through that phase? And what are some things that you're working on believing, or some things that are challenging for you to accept? Or what do you see as a limitation in how you view your natural hair? So that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I love the interactions that take place in the comments. I do want to highlight some people who I think would be great for you to watch. They align with the things that I love when it comes to sharing content about natural hair, and just the positive energy that they share is just top tier. I want to shout out the Loc Mama, and I also want to shout out Day Golden. I'm going to link their channels below because I want you to take a look at their channels as well. I appreciate the support. I will see you in the next video.